Hello, hello. It's been a minute since I've been live. Um, but as you can see from the title, I am going to be talking about how to gain self confidence in 30 days. Now, coming from, to give you a little bit of background of myself, I have dealt with self-confidence issues since I was a kid. I was overweight as a kid. I was picked on as a kid. I developed early as a kid, and I was just different in a sense. And I grew up in a time where chocolate wasn't always what was in. So, um, I grew up with different issues. My father passed when I was young, and a father is the foundation of self confidence for a young girl. Um, when my father was alive, he made it very apparent that I was beautiful, that my chocolate skin was amazing. All these things he made very apparent. So when my parents separated, that was a break in my self confidence and a new environment and new situations. And then a few years after that, my father tragically died. And so it was I was 10 years old when that happened. And so it was at a time where it was very important for a girl to build her self-confidence, to have a good self-confidence. And I didn't have that foundation always. Not saying I didn't have great people in my life to tell me things, but it's a different value when it comes from your father and from a foundation that was built before you could even talk. So I think it's important that you have self-confidence in yourself, that you build who you are, because you cannot accomplish any goal or anything without self-confidence. And I feel, and others may feel also, that it's important to not just your self-esteem, but it's important in your business goals and your life goals and your family goals and any goal that you have, to have confidence in who you are and what you stand for, where you want to go in life, and what's your foundation. So for today, it's going to be 30 days, and I'm going to talk about different parts of self-confidence, how to build it, and also what you want to look at when attempting to build self-confidence. You want to always try to figure out who you are and not what people have told you to be, not what people think you should be. You want to find out who you are. Hi, Anita. You want to find out who you are, for yourself. We go through life and we're programmed to, this is who you are, this is what you got to do, this is, what you believe. And that may not always be the case. You may come to find in life that finding out who you are and your self-confidence for yourself does not include what you grew up on, does not include the people who you grew up with. You may have a completely different outlook for yourself than what your family created, than what your mom created, than what your what your peers around you created. And we go through this life so much thinking that, we're this person that everybody sees us as. We're supposed to be this, and we're supposed to be that, and we're supposed to do this. And we forget to look on the inside. Who are we to ourselves? How do I see myself? How do I like myself? How do I love myself? How do all these how to's? And so, as I said, today I'm going to just cover one how to, or one question that you may possibly think about. And it is finding out, what do you like? What do I like? Do I like to be talked to in a calm manner? Do I like when I'm alone? Do I like when I'm in nature? What do I like? So when you're looking and searching for answers for self-confidence, first you got to figure out, what do you like? That's the simple, basic question that a lot of people have no answer to. Not even a little bit, have no answer to, some people don't even know their favorite color. Some people don't know what foods they like. Some people don't know who they like to be around. And all that makes a difference in accepting and loving ourselves. If you don't know what you like, how can you tell someone else what you like for yourself? You know, a lot of times we think growing up, oh, I don't like this. How do you know? Oh, because my mom told me I didn't like it, and I tried it when I was 10, and now I'm 30, and I still, and I just never tried it again because at 10, my mom said I didn't like it, so I didn't like it. And that's not the case. We follow that programming all throughout, thinking, oh, I don't like the way my eyes are because such and such didn't like the way my eyes were. So, I'm going to go off of that. And building a foundation of who you are, you have to look at it as, what do I like? Not what I was programmed to like, not who I was programmed to like, none of those things. And you want to block all that out. And the process of us trying to find out who I was, I had to really look at myself and not lie to myself. That's a very important part of it as well. Don't lie to yourself. Don't say, oh, I really do like that. Now, if you do, that's fine, but don't lie to yourself. It's some things I thought that I liked about myself that I found out it was something that someone else liked about me. And so I created patterns to make it meet up with what someone else thought about me. And I just gave more, I'm thinking of searching for the word. I just gave more honor, maybe more respect to what someone else thought than to what I thought. And no one can truly love you but you. No one is on the inside of your head. No one is on the inside of your mind telling you, hey, feel this way, think this way. And if they are, it's only because you have allowed them to. You have turned over that threshold of responsibility to someone else so they can tell you who you are, what you like, what you want to do. You are in control of self. You are in control of self. And so when you think of what you like, think for you. Don't think about, if I say I like this, someone's going to down me for it. Well, fuck them and fuck that. And I probably should have cut, but I don't care. Fuck them and fuck that. You think about who you really want to be. What do you like? What do you love? What makes your heart feel good? What makes your mind at peace? What really brings the balance of life in everyday things for you? What brings happiness? And that's part of knowing what you like. If you don't know what you like, you can't tell someone, oh, this makes me happy. If someone asks you, oh, well, where do you like to go? And you say, I used to like going to the park and I used to like doing this. Okay, well, what do you like now? Don't get twisted and tied up in what you liked in the past, what you may like in the future. You're on right now. And you have to truthfully look at yourself and say, am I liking this because I like it, or am I liking it because such and such like it? Am I going off of social triggers? Am I going off of social triggers and liking something just because someone else liked it? Or am I really looking on the inside of me and I'm saying, hey, forget the world. I want to be in light and in love with myself. So what does self like? You don't have to, when going inside yourself, you don't have to conform, or you don't have to worry and be concerned with what other people are thinking. You're inside your own head. Now, these thoughts don't have to come out to everyone because everything is not for everybody, and everyone thought that you have in your head is not to be shared with the world. Sometimes it's just for you to get a better understanding of who you are. So I want you to ask yourself a few questions. And when you come back to it, into answering these questions, really be truthful with yourself. No fake bullshit, no fake points. Be truthful with yourself. Do you like yourself? What do you like about yourself? What do you like about your body? Like, to me, I'm gonna give you simple steps. I like my eyes. I love my eyes. Haven't always, because I thought they were big. And people always say, oh, you got big eyes. But I love my eyes. My father had big eyes, you know, and I love my smile. I think that's a great quality to myself. And you start small. Find the smallest of things about yourself. I like this about myself. I like that about myself. I like that I can open up. I like that I can help others in a time of need. That's important to understanding you, because in understanding you and gaining confidence in you, you help to understand others. And when someone feels understood and someone feels like they're not being judged or being brought down by how they feel and think about themselves, they're able to understand and expand and helping someone else to understand and love and feel for themselves. It's all a process of gaining knowledge within self. If you gain that knowledge within self, there is nothing in this world that you cannot accomplish. But it all comes back to self. So I ain't gonna hold y'all long, but I just wanted to express that, self-knowledge is important. Self-love is important. And in order to get to self-knowledge and self-love and self-trust, we have to start with the basics. Who are we? What do we like? What do we don't like? Which we're going to talk about tomorrow. What you don't like. And sometimes people are quick to say, oh, I don't like this. I don't like that. I don't like this. But I want you to start with what you like. Don't go on to what you don't like. Start with what you like. I like my eyes. I like my smile. I like being friendly. I like sometimes being alone. I like sometimes loud noises. I'm one of 6. I sometimes like a loud room. I sometimes like to just read and be alone, to just enjoy the universe, the atmosphere, the nature. We are connected to the earth. We are connected to the spiritual. No matter how much physical or flesh that's there, you are totally connected. Hey, Terry. You have to understand the connection, not just between self, but between the world and others. We're all connected. But if you are not taking care of you can't be strong for anyone else. And that's real shit. You can't be strong for anyone else. And I don't just speak from, what may possibly be, what may possibly do. I have suffered from low self-esteem so much in life that it had affected my relationships. It affected how I treated myself. It affected how I treated my children. It affected how I treated my husband. If you cannot properly love yourself, you cannot properly love someone else. So start with that, with what you like, what you may like, and some things that were from the past you may like still now. And you just haven't taken the time to really understand that or really connect the two with each other. Everything that you like about yourself as a kid may not be the things you like about yourself now. What I liked about myself 3 years ago has completely changed to what I like about myself now. Why? Because I have got better understanding of who I am and what I want for me, for Nikki, for who I see myself in life. And you have to gain that knowledge and understanding. Very important. So with that being said, try that out. I am going to put a few questions in on my page so that you can try to just go through them and see if any of these questions pertain to you. You know, if you're not sure what questions to ask yourself, maybe these questions might help you to get started and to doing that. Open the door for Daddy. Might help you to get started in doing that. And as you can see, family is life, and life is family. So check those things out. Like I said, after this live, I'm going to put some questions in there and that you can maybe ask yourself to get started the process and who you are and what you like is very important. So start with there. Day one. What do I like about myself? What do I like about my mind? What do I like about my body? What do I like about my life, period? Not on the outside, not the material, but on the inside. The spiritual, the mental, the feelings, all those things you want to think about. And I will be back tomorrow. And I hope that this really helps them, because that's the goal, is to help people to gain confidence in themselves. And it's not an easy work or easy step, but it can be done. I am living proof that you can gain high confidence in yourself and love who you are and love who you are trying to become or attempting to become in life. But that being said, I'm going to let y'all go. Peace, love, blessings. May your heart be filled with joy, and we will talk soon.